Next speaker has been captivated by great stories ever since his parents handed him a Hardy Boys book. Today, Chris Whitcomb channels that passion as the communication strategist for Canon Design, one of the most innovative design firms in the world. Chris has played a pivotal role in growing Canon Design's brand, securing media coverage from prestigious outlets like Fast Company, Fortune, the New York Times, Forbes, Popular Science, DZen, and Architectural Record. Today, Chris is here to introduce us to Deja the Dynamo, the lead character in Canon Design's first ever children's book. Deja is creative, inquisitive, and always curious, using design thinking to explore the world. In her adventures, she leads her friends Leo and Anne on exciting journeys to learn about architecture, design, science, nature, and more. Deja thinks big, leaps high, and is never afraid to step inside her dream machine. So let's give it up for our storytelling maestro, Chris Whitcomb.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to talk to you all tonight about an idea that's become a powerful force called Deja the Dynamo. So I've worked in Canon Design's communications team for 16 years. I'm not an architect. I don't have a building story tonight. But I still remember driving with my wife a couple years ago and conceiving this idea that we could create a character or a children's book through the lens of Canon Design to get more children interested in architecture. And the truth is that's all it would have ever been, an idea, if not for the incredible support system I've had. So Canon Design believes in ideas and supports them. AMP is Canon Design's formal incubator, which funds and resources those ideas. And then this incredible team at the bottom that helped me author, illustrate her first adventure, and really bring Deja to life. But beyond just bringing Deja to life, they also helped Deja find a mission. I don't need to read these stats, but architecture has a diversity issue, both in the immediate and long-term pipeline. So maybe Deja can do more than just be fun and dynamic, but maybe she can represent diverse youth and get more of them interested in the architecture and design profession. And so that became a mission of ours. But if we're gonna represent diverse youth, if we're gonna represent people like this young girl on the screen standing next to Deja, we had to do a lot of research. So before we ever put pen to paper, we went to a lot of schools, we met with a lot of children, we met with a lot of teachers to talk to them about their lives, their perspectives, and what they understood about buildings and architecture and what they thought buildings were made of. And while it's not explicitly said in the book, Deja's loosely based in South Side of Chicago. And so we went there. We drove the neighborhoods. We tried to see the houses she might live in, the streets she would walk on, the schools she would go to, the parks she would play in, and even the science museum she might go to summer science camp in, which is what she does in her inaugural venture. And we also leaned very much into the diverse community that is Canon Design. We have so many diverse backgrounds and perspectives, but also expertise. We have people that understand mental health, pediatric design, K-12 design, and we leaned into all of that, trying to create as authentic a character as we could in Deja the Dynamo, and we're very grateful for that support. So now Deja is real. That is her. She's 10 years old. She's adventurous. She loves science. She loves exploring her world. She's the first to say yes to adventure. And this is her first adventure, Designing Dreams. So this is a book written, illustrated, and self-published by Canon Design that has been in the world since April. And so I'm not going to tell you everything that happens in the book. You have to read it. But I do want to hit on some key themes. Obviously, diversity and representation are key. And you see it. Her friends, Leo and Annie. Miss Rosie is her summer science camp counselor. Dash is her father and a math teacher. And then Marie is her mother and a practicing black architect. And then we go beyond, though, just showing it in the characters. We say overtly in the book that anyone can be an architect. Race, gender, it doesn't matter. And we also give a history lesson where, they're introduced to Paul Revere Williams and Beverly Green, famous black architects who left a lasting impact and were trailblazers. And so this kind of is a holistic look at diversity. Creativity is also another key theme. And Deja's lucky enough to discover a dream machine while she's at science camp. And once she's inside, they can create to their heart's content. They can test ideas. They can explore without bounds. And I think that's a really important message to give kids, is that their creativity should be unbounded. They should explore and dream to their, as much as they can. But you can imagine, if you have a dream machine and somebody asks you to make a dream building, you're gonna try some fun stuff. So they try bubble gum, they try blue raspberry snow cones, they try kites, those things don't work. But it's not even about that at first. It's about the fun and exploration journey they're on, the creative process they're on, because they have so much fun testing these ideas, even as they melt and blow away. But that leads us to our second theme here, which is persistence. So even though they don't create a building on day one, they come home and Marie, Deja's mother, an architect, teaches them about the materials that would work and how they could put those together in a structure that would stand. And so they're able to move away from bubblegum and snow cones into more realistic structures, like maybe we could build a treehouse. And I think, another key theme is just design thinking. It's really not just about materials in the book, nor do we say, this is an architect and just define it. Like, we immerse children in the full creative process. They see sketching, they see testing colors. They talk about the need to have bright windows where sunlight can pour in for healthy spaces. And then teamwork. Deja and her friends are inseparable. We say in the book that architecture is a team sport because it is. And so that teamwork extends to Miss Rosie and to Dash and to Marie as they ultimately work to create a dream treehouse in Deja's backyard. So I said she's been out in the world since April and she's been busy. She's been at schools, she's been at libraries, she's been at bookstores, she's been at street festivals, she's been at TEDx Chicago, she's been at local AIA and NOMA events all over the country, and she'll actually have her own booth at the National NOMA Convention in Baltimore this weekend. So we're just really grateful to see where she's been. This is just more of that. She's been at children's museums, science fairs. I had the opportunity to read her to my daughter's school last year, which was wonderful. But she's also in children's hospitals so that parents have a book to read to their children before they have to go to their doctor and things like that. And so we're just very, very grateful to how the Canon Design community has embraced her. But it's not just about where she's been, it's what she's doing. She's getting children into architecture offices at a young age. She's teaching them about structures, about design. She's bringing them to libraries. She's giving them someone to look up to. And she's helping us create a pathway to donate money to ACE. We donate from every sale to ACE Mentoring because they also focus on getting youth into the profession. And she's also inspiring people to eat more and more blue raspberry snow cones. So, Go Deja Go has been a mantra throughout the entire creative process, but it's really no longer ours. Because as these children read this book, we're excited to see where they can take Deja and where they can take their dreams and their ideas, because hopefully she helps inspire them to go after them. So, thank you.